Welcome to the We Are More podcast. My name is Alyssa.
And my name's Bree. We're two sisters passionate about all things faith and feminism.
We believe that Jesus trusted, respected, and encouraged women to teach and preach his word. And apparently that's controversial.
Get comfy.
Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to episode 10. And the second mini episode we've done, I guess.
We're a whole decade old.
A whole decade.
That's
You
what 10
know
means, right?
what's really sad?
What?
This year I will have been out of college for a decade.
That is sad.
That is so sad.
I am also old. I've been out of college for 75,000 years.
Wow, that's a lot.
I knew the dinosaurs.
Oh. In college?
They were my professors.
Oh, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn about, Brie?
Tree stars.
Hey, that's a great movie. Series of movies?
They never ended.
No, I'm surprised they're not still making them.
They might.
We should probably say what movie this is. The Land Before Time series, if you haven't caught on to it.
Who hasn't seen that?
Anyone younger than us, Brianna.
Mm.
They don't do those anymore.
I think I saw something that they were making a new one, but it was like a different animation style, so it really weirded me out.
I feel like that the whole story of it doesn't seem like it would translate super well to now.
Dinosaurs?
No, like the depressing cartoon style.
Just ask Disney. They love to depress you.
They do, but not quite as much as they used to love to depress you. See, here's my theory. They depress you with their cartoons, so then you have to go to Disney World to be happy again.
And they've caught us. They have us hook, line, and sinker.
I literally, we're, 2.5-ish months out?
Like 82 days.
From our trip to Disney, our millionth trip to Disney. Mm-hmm. And I have crossed over.
I know.
Like, the moment we bought the plane tickets, it was like, okay, all I want to do now is watch the YouTube Disney videos and
I
be
want
a
to plan
psycho.
out every snack I'm going to eat while I'm there, and also every outfit that I'm going to wear while I'm there. And I think I'm going to dress in theme every single day.
Wow. That's a lot of commitment. I don't have that level of commitment.
I'm probably not going to do that, but I do have a pair of alien ears.
You do. You should get that purse. The
Yeah,
little alien purse. That was very cute. I always have a desire to theme what I wear, but it's
a lot of commitment.
I'm not that kind of an organized person.
Yeah. I've always said that.
So anyway.
Speaking of movies and cinema.
Great transition, Brie. Nice work.
Today we're talking about Bridgerton.
So we said for these mini episodes that we wanted to talk about something super current that's going on in the world. And if you've been living under a rock, Bridgerton,
you still may have heard of this.
Bridgerton season 3 part 1 came out a little while ago, and part 2
comes out June 13th, but I feel like by the time this comes out you probably will have seen it.
Yeah.
Although I don't recommend that you watch at your own risk.
Yeah.
It's very graphic.
You know, there's actually a service. It's called VidAngel.
I saw that.
Yeah. So we used to use it way back in the day, and it filters out stuff for you. So if you didn't want to see nudity, or you don't want the cussing,
There's lots of cussing.
You can select what you don't want to see, and it'll kind of just blip over that.
I feel like with Bridgerton you probably would end up with about 30 seconds left of an episode.
There's not going to be a lot.
Sorry, Mom.
But we thought it'd be fun to go through. Brie has been listening to all the little clips and everything to talk about to talk about some of the societal issues, I guess.
Yeah.
In Bridgerton.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Bridgerton is think Pride and Prejudice meets Gossip Girl. Is how I would best describe it.
That's pretty good, yeah.
And Julie Andrews narrates it.
Oh, she's lovely.
Magical.
A treasure.
And inappropriate. But it's about this family from the Regency era, so think 1811 through 1820. And it focuses on the elite society in London. So the fancy pantses. They hang out with the queen,
They do hang out with the queen. It seems like Like, is that a thing that people do?
Maybe the
Chill
elite
with
people
the queen?
did.
I don't know.
The queen has such nice wigs.
Oh, she does.
She must be in pain all the time.
Did you know? So the wig that she wore, remember it's in, I think, the last episode of the first half of the third season.
It's very complicated.
So they split season 3 up. And in one of the
Netflix
episodes,
hates us.
because Netflix wants you to pay multiple months and not just like pay for 1 month and be done.
It is wrecking me.
But her wig, the one that has, I think it's like a carousel inside of it. Do you know that took 2 years to design and create?
Oh my gosh.
Like when they were filming season 1, maybe? Like,
oh my gosh.
I don't know why it was that impactful that they were like, 2 years, that feels like a reasonable amount of time to do this.
It is. And I've always said that. But I think I wanted to talk about Bridgerton today because I think it's a fantastic example of how conservative Christian communities are living in the past.
I love that. I mean, I don't love that, but I love the comparison.
Well, they make so many comments on it, like about women, and they're clearly being like, obviously, this is the Regency era, 1811, blah, blah, blah.
Super
and how
backwards.
They viewed women. But obviously today, it is not the same. Whereas, like, they would say that quote, and the conservative Christians would be like, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. So give us an example, Brie, of a quote like that.
So, the Bridgertons have 8 siblings, and each different, well, they're based off of books by Julia Quinn, but each different season focuses on a different sibling from the Bridgerton family. So the first season focuses on the oldest daughter, and it's all about marriage. So it starts out with her, like, being presented to the queen, which essentially means, like, she's able to be married now. Hooray! And up until that point, her mother and her governess and her maids, whatever, have taught her everything that she needs to know in order to be a perfect wife and attract, like, a very suitable husband.
With a title and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Her husband in that season is very attractive. Not a lot of facial emotions, but he has a nice face. So in season 1, kind of spoilers, but the drama is that her brother has kind of ruined it for her because he's trying to find, like, the best possible suitor for her. But in the process of doing that, he's made her look kind of snobbish. And so she's fighting with her brother. And the quote is, "It's my duty to protect you." And then she says, "And what of my duty?" She says, "You have no idea what it is to be a woman, what it might feel like to have one's entire life reduced to a single moment. This is all I have been raised for. This is all I am. I have no other value. If I am unable to find a husband, I will be worthless."
I feel like just mic drop right there.
I know. Because you think, of course that's not true. Like, us in 2024, we're looking at that and we're like, of course that's not true. Of course you have value. But the conservative Christian world does not see women that way. And especially for me, coming from, like, I'm single and I'm 29.
What happens in August when you have to say
Zip it! You zip it! I'm just going to pass away at that point. I'm going to die at a lovely age of 29. But I do feel like that. When you step into a church and their first question meeting you is like, oh, do you have a fiance, a husband, a boyfriend? Do you have children? They only preach to married people. It's very rare for people, like pastors, to preach to single women. When Harrison Butker goes up and says a woman's greatest accomplishment or value is to be a wife and mother, it isolates so many women. And it makes you feel like your only value is to be a wife and mother, which is just not true. Because if you see Psalms 139, pull that up.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I didn't know I was getting called out.
Well, that chapter talks about how much value you have in the eyes of God. And it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're married or single, if you have sinned or you're blameless, which is not true. I can't. But it doesn't matter what you do. God is there and you have value because you're a child of God. And that's the end of the list.
So verse 13 says, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well."
See, isn't that powerful?
It is quite, well, it's a psalm. It's
all of Psalms are powerful.
Supposed to be.
But it's true.
One of the things that absolutely proves your point right there is when we were in a small church recently, we were both going, and the church leaders kind of made a bigger deal out of Nathan and I, and wanted to get to know us and chat with us. Now, me to a lesser extent than my husband, but still.
They took you out to lunch.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
They remembered your name.
Brianna was there just as many times as I was, literally sat next to me, and I don't think anyone spoke a word to you.
No.
It was like you didn't exist.
If they did speak a word to me, it was, "Oh, are you married? Do you have a husband?" And then once they find out that you don't, they don't have anything else to talk to you about. Or they say, "Oh, like, how can you be single? You're so pretty," which I am. But that's insulting.
Right.
It's insulting to say that because, yes, I am beautiful and I hold value on my own.
Yeah, you don't have to sit around and wait until you get married to suddenly have a place in the church.
No.
Or suddenly have a place in society. And I think society, obviously, society is still sexist, don't get me wrong. Look at TikTok. But but at the same time, I think society is trying, North American, where we're sitting right now, society is trying to move towards single women have just as much value as married women, but the church doesn't feel that way.
But Jesus was single.
Well, I mean, Paul says that it is better to be single, and if you must get married, then to do so.
And I'm not saying I will never take a husband. But right now, in this season of my life, I am single. And that's okay. And to all of you single ladies out there, and especially if you're a little bit older like I am, it's okay. You're fine. You can find that person if you want to. Online, probably. Because where else do you find men? But it's okay. You are perfect just as you are. You hold value. And I love you.
And hold out for someone decent.
Yes. Do not settle.
Like, even, there's so much pressure to get married. And even if everybody you know is getting married, you're at that age where, like, you're going to 45 weddings and whatever. My gosh, if he sucks, if he's terrible, leave him. Because your marriage will suck and be terrible.
After, actually, Brandon got engaged, I was like, I'm alone. I'm so alone. So I went through this, like, speed dating process. I was online. I was talking to all the men. And I found I'm the worst person. Like, if you tell me that something's going wrong in your relationship, I'm like, leave him. Because I did. Like, the first guy that I was dating in that season, he explicitly was like, "Oh yeah, my dream for marriage is for me to be the head of the household, the spiritual lead." And I went off. I was like, absolutely not. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a partnership, someone who values me beyond just being a wife or a mother. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I totally agree. That's what I meant. That's what I meant was I want a partnership too." And I was like, see you, bye.
I think that's a fair see you, bye.
And then the other guy was like, "Well, I see us dating for about a year and then engaged for about a year, and then you don't want to have babies like when you're super old, so we should start having babies pretty quickly." And I was like, whoa. And he's like, "Well, what do you think? Let's keep talking about it." And I was like, "I actually don't want to talk about this right now. You're making me very uncomfortable and I want to stop this conversation." He threw my age in my face and was like, "Well, you're this age. We need to start talking about this." And I'm like,
you'd been dating for what, like 3 months?
Maybe. I was like, this is a good enough reason for me to leave you. Goodbye.
But see, okay. When you talk about it like that, it sounds flippant. Like, oh, well, fine, I'm just done. But those are very serious warning signs.
Yeah.
And if you're seeing those 3 months in, and honestly, I think it was less than 3 months, it's time to go.
Yeah. And that would be my advice to people out there in the dating world, like you said, don't settle. And if those warning signs or someone is making you feel that uncomfortable that quickly, it's not worth it.
No.
It's not. There's so many people out there.
Well, I think, again, we place so much value, and church, but also society as a whole, on marriage, on having that love marriage relationship that you see on TV.
On Bridgerton.
That it seems like as long as we can get down the aisle, everything's going to be fine.
And that is not true.
Not at all true. Don't set yourself up for failure. Look for someone who's worth your time.
Because you've said, like, the first year of marriage was the hardest for you, right?
So hard. Because you're trying to combine your life with somebody else's. And so if you're not two strong people whose goal is to be there for the other person, whose goal is to make this marriage work, it's not going to work. You're screwed. Like, just give up now. Like, that sounds so bad, but really, don't put yourself in that position. Don't walk down the aisle. Be a runaway bride. I don't care. Like, if that's better for you, being a runaway bride is going to be a whole lot better than walking through a messy divorce in 5 years with kids and dealing with all of that.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Brie, what's another quote from Bridgerton? I would love to hear another.
Okay. So this comes from season 2.
Ooh, season 2. The worst of the seasons.
It's not good. But there's only been 2.5 so far.
That's fair. But it's still the worst. Although the main girl in that season is stunning.
She's beautiful.
So beautiful.
But the second season focuses on the oldest son, which I think is an interesting change from like the daughter's perspective of season 1, and now we're in the son's perspective of season 2. And his job is to find a wife so his family legacy lives on, so he can have an heir. Well, complicated stuff happens. Anyways, he falls in love with a older woman, older for the time. She's 26.
She's still younger than he is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And she, I would say, doesn't conform to the traditional, like, ladylike society, because she's not out looking for a husband, really. She's trying to find one for her sister, but you can watch season 2 and you can figure all that. Anyways, she is going on a hunt with the men.
The men.
And the men kind of laugh when they find out that she is going to come, and they're like, women do not go on hunts. And she responds with, women do not, or women are not allowed to. And I think that is very powerful, because how often are you hearing, like, girls don't speak like that. Girls don't do that. Girls don't wear clothes like that.
Literally my whole life.
All the time. And my response now and forever will be, well, women do speak like that because I am a woman. And I'm speaking like that.
Well, we get that a lot from this podcast of, like, well, we're not being feminine when we speak, because we'll say, we'll talk about stuff.
We'll say, piss, piss, piss.
We have one episode where we say boobs like 12 times. And I understand that that's not
ladylike.
And I'm not saying that it's appropriate for every situation, but not because I'm a woman, simply because it's not appropriate for every situation.
Exactly.
And in this particular situation, with you and I sitting here laughing, making jokes, knowing that we're speaking primarily to women, not all, but primarily.
And that one guy on TikTok.
And that one guy on TikTok. I think it's totally fine for us to speak like this and just be who we are.
Yeah.
Not who we are as women, not who we are as ladies, just who we are.
Because you can't say that all women are the same and should speak the same. Like how they say a woman's greatest value is to be a wife and mother. What is a man's greatest value? You wouldn't be able to define that. Because you'd say, well, there's so many different individual men. And their callings are different. It's the same for women.
Right.
Everybody is different. Their callings are different.
Right. Their likes and dislikes are different.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to go out on this hunt. Let me tell you, no desire.
No, pass.
No, thank you. I like the inside.
But I had several female friends who love to hunt.
Yeah.
My roommate from college, shout out to Jamie. She hunts bears.
Love that for her. If that's where she finds joy,
yeah,
have a super time. Not where I find joy, but not because I'm a woman. Again, simply because
you are Alyssa.
Because I'm me. Yeah. Well, we had this conversation last night with our mom where we said, and I'm absolutely guilty of doing this too, but whenever a statement starts out with, as a woman, I feel this way. Or, not from me, but from someone else. As a man, I feel this way. And the issue with those statements is that you're putting yourself in the place to be the speaker for all womankind.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, don't you think you just want to be taken care of?
Mm-hmm.
No, not as a woman. If you in your life...
As an individual...
Everyone wants to be taken care of, so that's kind of a bad example. But if you in your life want to be someone who's financially taken care of, who's not necessarily bringing in money...
Hey, Jack, I would love that. I'm looking for a sugar daddy.
You can't say that. It's against the whole podcast.
I'm looking for a husband of great age, close to death, no children.
With he needs to be wealthy. You missed that part.
Very wealthy.
It's a really important part. But the point is that those statements aren't because you're a woman or because you're a man or because you're whatever. Mm-hmm. It's simply because you're you. You have one more quote that I really like that I want to get to.
I do. So I haven't seen season 3 part 2 yet because in my world it's not out yet. But there was a quote on the trailer for it and it was so good. Alyssa and I both picked up on it. As soon as we saw it, we were like texting each other like, did you see that?
As we're in bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. But it is, so season 3 focuses on one of the Bridgerton sons and his like best friend who becomes his more than friends. So this girl's name is Penelope. And Penelope's mother is talking to her.
That's the best British accent I've ever heard.
I know.
I think we should go to England on our trip and you should talk like that.
I'm looking for the Queen.
Too bad she's dead.
She's passed away. Oh, the Queen. I'm so sad.
I think she died like 2 years ago.
It's really upsetting. Anyways, so Penelope's mother is talking to her before she gets married to Mr. Bridgerton. And her quote is, "Your duty is to cater to Mr. Bridgerton's dreams." And Penelope says, "What about my dreams?" And her mother says, "Ladies do not have dreams. They have husbands."
Does that feel like it could be a direct quote out of Harrison Butker's stupid speech?
Yes.
Like,
because he literally says that. Yeah. I wrote that in my notes. I'm like, that's like Harrison Butker didn't say that as bluntly, but he did say that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's the same message. Mm-hmm. And again, within religious spheres, not everyone, but this is being said to women. Mm-hmm. This is being taught to women. You don't have dreams. Your dream is to be a wife and mom.
Mm-hmm. Your job is to build up your husband's dreams and all of his desires and encourage them.
When I was younger, I did not want kids at all. Mm-hmm. Now, that has changed. Love my kids. They're amazing.
It's funny how you and I have flip-flopped.
Like,
yes. I wanted 100 children, and now I'm like, no.
Because you saw childbirth.
Yeah, it's really scary.
But really, like, I had no desire for kids, and a lot of that was who I was dating at the time, but I didn't want it, and I was fairly vocal about it.
You're fairly vocal.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm an introvert, but I'm also kind of a loudmouth.
You are.
I don't know how that combines, but I am. And so the rest of the family was fairly well aware of that, and all the time, every time I was like, well, you'll change your mind, you'll change your mind, you'll change your mind. And I guess I'm a bad example because obviously I do have kids and they're wonderful, but just the point of like, that's the message we're giving to women is, well, you just really don't matter if you don't have kids.
That's so true. Actually, that's how it feels. That is being said to women all the time. All the time.
So one of the things that I've tried to be really conscious of with my daughter is she's young, so it's not like she's making major life decisions now, but she has said, I don't really want to have kids, mostly because it's going to hurt.
Yeah, she's heard my story.
I'm pretty blatant. So is Brie. And I've been very clear with her, if that's what you want, great. If you don't want kids, great. Do your thing. Live whatever life you want to live. If you do want to have kids, I'll be right there to support you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to have kids, I'll be right there to support you. And she's so funny because there have been, we come from a conservative space, and so when she says things like that, she gets the same crap that I got as a kid. And somebody said something to her once, and I was like about to mama bear it. So she wants to be an astronaut, or she did. Now she wants to be Taylor Swift. But I think she still kind of wants to be an astronaut. And someone had said to her, well, what are your kids going to do when you're up in space? Oh, I almost lost my mind. But no issues, like right away, she goes, someone else will take care of them. They'll be fine. And I was like, it's just so wonderful, because you always hope that your kids are hearing the things that you're saying. And the fact that she doesn't have that hold on her to say, well, you must be a wife and mom first. If that's what she wants at the end of the day, is to be a wife and stay-at-home mom, great. But that is not who she has to be.
Right. She gets to make that decision.
Yeah. And I think that's it's a cool thing that I get to do, and that you get to do, and like the people pouring into her life get to see.
She's a strong cookie.
Yeah. And I hope that that's something that we're doing for whoever's listening, but that you can do it for the younger women in your life, whether they're your kids or not.
Yeah. I mean, she's not my kid.
Like, whoever's life you get to pour into, I hope you can give them that confidence to say, I'm going to be who I want to be. I'm going to follow the dreams that God gives me.
Yeah.
Not the dreams that God gave my husband, or if I choose not to take a husband. I hope that for us all, that we can move into that space finally.
Something else I wrote on my notes is about just power dynamics. It seems so desperate to keep this patriarchal society, this very like 1950s view of marriage. It seems desperate at this point because there's so much information out there disproving these traditional gender role beliefs. It seems like, well, if I lose this power, then who am I? Well,
I think that's hitting the nail on the head. This has been so ingrained in generations of men that this is who you are. And if this isn't who you are, then you're weak. You're not fulfilling what God wants of you, and you're useless to us.
Yeah.
Jesus wasn't that. Jesus wasn't this, like, take charge, must be in control, manly man. That's never said in the Bible. It's nowhere. Jesus was a quiet leader who put himself last. And for anyone out there who wants to be a leader, that's the best kind of leader you can be, man or woman. So we love Pride and Prejudice.
And we always have, like, as long as I can remember.
Oh, yeah. Like, when I say that, I mean the 4-hour-long BBC special.
With Colin frickin' Firth. He is beautiful.
But, like, we used to watch that, regularly.
All the time.
At least, probably quarterly, we watched that entire thing. If not more. So we're watching it today, because why not? As we sit here on a Sunday afternoon.
It ties into Bridgerton. They're both Regency.
And one of the things that I picked up on, and we were sitting watching it, and I was like, I gotta talk about this in the podcast. Elizabeth is walking, so her sister Jane is the oldest. I feel like if you haven't seen this, there's going to be some context issues, but
Pride and Prejudice has been around for a long time. I feel like there's very few spoilers at this point.
It's true. So Jane is sick, and she is staying with Mr. Bingley, who she's interested in. Not like staying with him. She was over there, and she got sick, and apparently in Regency, England, you can't travel 3 miles when you're sick. So they, like, keep her there and bring the doctor and whatever. So her sister, Lizzie, walks over to Mr. Bingley's house. So it's like 3 miles. She walks it. Sounds like a terrible time to me.
I'm not a walker.
Plus, she's in, like, 45 skirts. Like, it's not a good time. But she decides to walk, and it's like a big thing with her mom that she goes walking, with her sisters, whatever. So she gets there, and one of Mr. Bingley's sisters, who is staying with him, they're like making fun of her a little bit because she's country and a little bit hickish and whatever. And so the one girl is talking about Lizzie's skirts, and she goes, 6 inches deep in mud, I swear. So the other sister says that Lizzie walking was some kind of conceited independence. That's what I wrote down. And I just, again, this Regency era, but still also applicable to what we talk about in modern day. All the girl chose to do was walk. She did something slightly out of like the normal line of things.
Yeah.
The feminine expectation. Now, if a man had walked, that wouldn't have been odd at all.
Yeah.
But because she's a woman, her walking was like, that's a little unfeminine. That's a little weird. So now we're going to say she's conceitedly independent.
I feel like that's secretly said to so many, like, if you are a feminist in the Christian world, it's like conceited independence.
My gosh, I feel like that should be our tagline. We are more the conceitedly independent sisters.
I think that's good.
I think it is. I'll put it up next time.
Yeah. One of the characters in Bridgerton that is a feminist is Eloise. She's one of the Bridgerton sisters. And she is looked at as very different because she has these like feminist viewpoints, which are very different for the Regency era.
She wants to go to college, right?
Yeah, she wants to go to college. She doesn't really want to get married. She doesn't want to come out to society because that totally freaks her out.
When you say come out to society,
be presented to the queen.
There you go.
And say that you're ready for marriage. Our idea of coming out is very different in 2024.
Imagine how unfortunate. She goes to college and she graduates and she has to hear Harrison Butker speak.
Your greatest value is to be a wife and mother. So in season 2, she is presented to society and she's compared to her sister, who is like the perfect lady. So she's being compared to her sister, and the quote is, she's talking to her mom, and she goes, "I know that they are comparing me to Daphne. I can never live up to that. I do not want to live up to that, but it does not make it any easier to know you are constantly disappointing people just by walking into a room." How many times, as a single person, have I felt that way? Every time I enter a holiday gathering alone, they're like, "Oh, you haven't found a husband yet?" Constantly disappointing people. And I feel like just that viewpoint needs to change.
Sometimes I feel like that with this podcast, too.
Yeah.
Like, we are so far away from what we grew up believing. I think, whenever we go into larger gatherings, this topic comes up a lot of the podcast or feminism or whatever. People know that we like to talk about it, and so they like to push our buttons a little bit sometimes or just have a conversation. And it's the same thing. It feels like we're constantly disappointing you just by being who we are.
Being conceitedly independent.
But I think because we are conceitedly independent, we are able to move past that to some degree. And because we have each other.
Yeah,
and because,
I think that's a big thing.
Yeah, we have our parents who are very supportive of who we are, of the podcast, of the opinions we have on things. And that allows us to feel safe and secure.
And a little bit empowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that.
Yeah.
And you think about someone in that situation, like the quote you just read, and absolutely they feel constantly disappointing. And that's a big ask for somebody to step out and say, no, what I've been taught is wrong. And now you don't have any support anymore.
Right.
Now who are you? You're not your beliefs anymore because your beliefs have changed.
It makes it a lot easier to conform to someone that you are not.
Yeah.
Because you want that feeling of acceptance.
Well, I mean, even for us, the easier path certainly would be, certainly with all the churches we've had to go through lately, it would be to just say, yeah, this is fine. I'll just pretend that I believe this stuff.
I could have married that man who wanted to have all my babies.
I don't think he wanted to have your babies.
He did. He wanted to have them and birth them. He wanted to be the first man pregnant.
I mean, honestly, that's a better deal for you.
I know.
Childbirth is not a great time.
Maybe I should call him.
Please don't. I won't. So next week we have an episode coming up. We just recorded it. It's our part 3 of the submission series, and it is about the passage where Paul calls men the head of women. So Kefele. So we're going to talk through that. It's a super fun one. Well, maybe fun's not the right word.
I would say it's about the same as everything else.
We laugh a lot because we're a great time.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you then. We hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please follow us on our social media.
Our TikTok, our Instagram, our Facebook.
That's it.
That's it.
YouTube. We have YouTube.
BoobTube.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Love you, bye.